And we are Dances with Floss. And we are in my new house. Because you'll notice this doesn't look like the background of Cass's place. And there's currently a cat chewing on her scroll rods right now. So, sorry about that.
More like she just headbutted him. It's okay.
Okay. All right.
We're fine. No damage. No damage.
She will chew on it at some point. I'm just saying. Yeah, so we're also using my new tripod with fancy little remote controls. We don't have to like lean in anymore to shut things off. So high tech. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I still have to bend over and grab my stuff. So we're gonna do wait, did you say you had new starts? Did you want to do new starts first?
I do have new
and
starts.
Then whips?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Well then take it away.
There's no finishes to talk about because I think I already showed you that I finished Dreamer when I did the video with the Babs.
And apologies, this is our new internet superstar. This is Boots. She just wants to be in my lap and on the video. So welcome, Boots, to Dances with Floss. Anyway, sorry, new starts.
New
and
starts.
Go!
So I have been a busy little girl. So the first one, I've scanned it, so I have to pull up because I forgot to bring the paper copy with me. But my Nashville Needle Market new start is, of course, an Artsy Housewife pattern.
I got that one.
All the stars.
I got that one too.
Yay.
That was part of my haul.
Oh, excellent. We are going to do a separate haul video. But we're going to make you wait for it because we'll talk about May.
Somebody has way more haul than I did. But that's okay.
Oh, she's going to come for it.
I got
Floss. That is my start. You will notice there is already a mistake. I was off on the moon by a whole row.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yep.
I didn't notice until you said something.
And decided, I ain't frogging it. I don't care.
That's what makes it unique. Oh.
I mean, I have done some frogging, but not to the moon. I was like, nope, always forward. We're going.
Yep.
So
I like it. I like that fabric too. What's that?
That one is, I think I used Cinnamon by BeStitchMe because I think on the example picture,
it's a really pretty like orangey
orange from a red cedar by Cedar River Linen. And of course I don't have that. I don't have any fabric by Cedar River Linen. It's on my list to try, but I did happen to have some haul from the Friday night fight night from BeStitchMe, and one of them that I had gotten was Cinnamon, and it happened to be pretty close duplicate to that orange.
I really like it.
Now you will also notice, well maybe not notice, I did not get the Threadworks floss. So I did not.
That's okay though, because that looks really nice.
Because I went through my stash.
Working from stash.
And I pulled some DMC, but they're like the DMC Coloris that have like the different variegations. Sorry, they were in the project bag, so they're a little tangled up just a little bit. Got to comb them out.
Jumbly.
A little jumbly. I took some liberties with one of the colors. Instead of using a purpley color, I've got this one that's kind of got blue and taupe, and it's not in there yet, but that's one of the colors I'm going to use in the house, along with the brown. So we'll see how that goes. I think it'll be cool. But I had this one for green and 4240.
I bought them, so
4240 is not a bad match.
That's a really good match.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, and
The taupe
4145 is a good match for the Threadworks taupe.
I realize we're holding it below the camera.
Sorry
guys. New setup. We're still working out all the details.
3322 from Owl Forest Embroidery is the green that I subbed.
I like it. And then the blue and taupe instead of the purple.
Yeah. That's 4515. So these are what I'm using.
Nice.
Just, wanted to use what I had on hand. Because I was trying I started this one on March 31st because I was trying really hard to stick to only stitching Artsy Housewife in March. So, but I also really wanted to stitch something from my market haul.
Mm-hmm.
So this one had to be it.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry, I have to take a slight detour and remove the cat from my sweater.
So while she's doing that, I can show you one of my other new market starts that I won't show in our market haul, I think, because I'm showing it in my new starts here. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. It's a cat in a cat toy.
She's in her little tunnel.
I got Elvis by December Stitches. I'm going to stitch this one twice because there's multiple ways you can do this one. I started with this, and boy, you can't really tell on camera. Well, now you can. Now you can see it. I have all the name stitched. Because I decided, like, if you see the actual album cover, it's a dark background with red lights, with the lights. So I used,
is this Evil Queen?
Yeah, Evil Queen by BeStitchMe, and it's 18 count. And it calls for, the reds are, sorry, I'm confused by the Treenway colors. The DMC reds that it calls for are 816 and 666. And I happen to have those in the
Etoile.
Yeah, Etoile.
Words are still hard.
And yeah, I just got off work from my second job.
That's what I'm here for. I will supply the words.
So
yeah, his name is very sparkly. Ooh,
they are the correct DMC colors. They're just the Etoile versions of those DMC colors. Because I thought, well, sparkle's kind of fitting for Elvis, so that's what I did.
Very much so.
Mm-hmm. And I got his legs in. I'm working my way up his body.
Elvis, let me be.
I actually managed to get all of that in one weekend. I'm pretty proud of myself.
That's crazy.
I know. I think like 2 more weekends and I could have Elvis completely finished, or at least the first version. Because I am also going to do the stand-up doll, and I bought some of the perforated paper to do the guitar. I'm going to do the red version of the guitar.
Ooh. Are you going to make his shoes blue?
Yes, I am. Because I know on the album cover, his shoes were white. I know.
But they need to be blue suede shoes.
Elvis. Blue suede shoes, man. Gotta do it. I just haven't decided yet if I'm going to use, I have the DMC satin floss.
Ooh.
I don't know if I want to do that. Or I might do the Etoile in a blue. Because I have the full set of Etoile.
I do too. I bought it.
So I might do the Etoile in the blue because I have never used that one. It's unopened.
Ooh.
So I kind of want to.
Fancy, fancy.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like fancy, fancy. And one more new start. I finally did it.
So pretty.
I've been craving Baldaquin Birdies, and I did it.
She went through so many different fabrics. It's insane. But
And
she finally
did
found the perfect one.
Because, okay, so my floss was kind of where I started. I had in my head that I wanted a really vibrant green. So on Roxy Floss, I got uranium glass, which is kind of a Kelly green color.
It's very pretty.
In the picture, it looked like it was going to be this bright of a green, but more of like a bright green and a dark forest green, like variegated. It's kind of how it looked in the picture to me. I was kind of excited about that. I am totally happy with the color as it is. Very excited with it as it is. But then the secondary color that I had originally picked for the green, because I am not doing this monochromatic, my plan is to do like 3 to 4 main colors with like a lighter version of each color for different motifs as they make sense in the picture, right? So like the chandelier hanging down would be gold because it's a chandelier. So I got gilded for that. And then I will pick a lighter, like goldy yellow color as like an accent gold where there would be a spot that needs an accent. To go with the uranium glass, if there's a spot where I need like an accent of a lighter green, I went through my stash and I found matcha, which, okay, so it looks pretty bright here, but next to that uranium glass, they're pretty nice tones together. So I'm pretty happy with that. And then where there's berries or flowers, I got Tuesday.
Ooh.
It's kind of a nice claret red.
That's really pretty.
Yeah, I really like burgundy with like emerald greens. But then for a lighter toned color in that same color family, I went round and round on this one and finally settled on Pippi. You can see how well those go together, but there's enough contrast that you can tell I used 2 different colors. That was my goal. I wanted something that was tonally similar, but there's contrast. And then where there's birds in the pattern, there's parrots. Parrots are green and blue a lot of times. They're the ones that I've, like the comparative. So I looked through my stash and I have leftover Ruddy Duck and leftover Rhapsody.
I was going to say, I recognize Rhapsody. Those are pretty.
And so I think as little as the blue is going to be in there, I think these will be enough.
I just
especially
really
because
just like
I'm
your needle minder.
No, I just got that. Because I'm stitching 1/2. It is linen because
yeah, this was your 40 count.
That was an accident. So I went to BeStitchMe with my 12-year-old, and she was given strict orders to keep me on task so that I did not stay in there for an hour because I will. And I will second guess myself over and over again. And she's like, TikTok, Mom, let's go. I'm like, all right, she's doing her job. I found that color real fast.
Garden Party.
I went in with I had pre-gamed on the website going, okay, I think I'm looking for either Middle Earth or Garden Party. I thought I was in the 36 count section. I thought I was. I pulled it. This is it. This is the right color. Like I brought my floss with me, looked at through the floss on it, went, yep, this is the color. Garden Party. I should have gone with my gut all along. This is the one I wanted. Didn't double check that it was 36 count. I would have been happy with 32 or 36. No, just, nope, this is the one. This is the fabric I wanted. Bought it, got home, started stitching. I was like, these stitches look awfully small. Like I had planned to do 1/2 on 36 count.
Surprise!
And then I was like, let me look at that label again. I mean, I still have the label card attached. You would think I would have looked. I did not. But yeah, it's 40 count. It's fine. I stitch on 20 count Ada all the time, so it's not as, and I just got new glasses so I can see. So
I keep having to do this all the
time. So it's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was the new start I'm most excited about. I have been jonesing for this. I'm like,
she really has. It's, yeah, it's crazy.
Every day that I'm not working on it, I'm sad. So it like,
don't be sad.
It's like a slog trying to get through the last of my birds because I'm like, I need to get to the birds so I can spend more time on Baldaquin Birdies.
More birds. All the birds.
All the birds. All the birds.
So many birds.
There's not that many birds actually in Baldaquin Birdies. There's only 4 in the pattern.
Oh.
Which is why I said I don't think I'm going to need a whole lot of that blue. I think the 2 skeins of blue is going to be plenty. Especially because the parrots would be blue and green, not just blue. So there's that. Those are my new starts.
I don't have any new starts because I have a new house. I also don't have very many whips because I have a new house. So
it's okay. I'm going to whip her into shape and we're going to get going again.
So I have a little bit more progress on the dragons. Not a whole lot, but if you have followed along with us, have followed. Verb tenses are now difficult too. If you have watched our videos before, you know that I am doing this on 16 count Oracle by Picture This Plus with the Joker floss from Pirate Robin. I seriously, I miss working on this pattern on Sundays in front of the TV watching football. And I don't really like very many summer sports. But that's okay. I don't have a TV up here in my craft room. So I will just be jamming out to whatever music I want to listen to, working on my dragons.
Audiobooks or true crime podcasts?
Yeah, I have been I'm a huge fan of Crimes of the Centuries, which isn't all like murder podcast. It's it's other bad thing podcast. But it's very good. I love that one. So then this I'm failing miserably at my April whip go because I haven't started any of them yet because I was still working on my March whip go because I spent half of the month moving into my new house. So this is the progress I have made so far on Vicious. I am loving the interior color floss for the leaves. That is, I think it's Weeks Dye Works Thistle. Hold on, where'd I put the bag?
She makes great color choices. I have to say, like, her use of color is just, it makes me happy.
Sorry, I forgot where I put everything. Yes, that is, yeah, Weeks Dye Works Thistle, 2286 Thistle, and it's got this really sort of subtle green and purple lavendery.
Oh yeah, I can see the lavender in it.
Yeah, and so you can really see it in the leaves. I will say, it doesn't pull as nice through the fabric as
I've heard that about Weeks Dye Works.
As the classic colorworks that I have used so far.
You know, Carolyn at Thread Gremlins doesn't like using Weeks at all.
This is the first time I've ever used Weeks, so that, yeah, I have a lot of Weeks thread though that I have purchased for other projects. So I'm just gonna have to do the thing. But I almost have all of the leaves done. I've just got these two, and then I think I'm gonna finish the leaves and then put it away. Although,
well, you really see the lavender in that.
I know. like it doesn't translate well on the camera,
but in person, you really see the lavender in that color.
Yeah.
I would not have expected that, and I like it.
Yeah, I really like it. I'm having a difficult time with WhipGo because I like finishing things. I'm not a huge fan of start and stop. And
yeah, you're a lot more closer to you're
monogamish. I'm monogamish stitcher. Yes. So that was for the Cranky Kitty birthday sal. And then this is all of the progress that I have made so far on the Feathered Friends birthday sal for Miss Cass. So this is Small Gifts 2 by Artsy Housewife on 16 count Catacombs by BeStitchMe with Midnight Garden or Midnight Green. Where did I get garden? Midnight Green.
Because of the Night Garden.
Yeah. Silk by BeStitchMe. And I think it looks so pretty with that fabric. It's my first time using silks. I have managed to do this entire little bird without any major knots. I'm so proud of myself.
Good job.
Not even any minor knots.
You're so much cleaner than mine.
My
stitching's a hot mess.
My fabric cutting is a hot mess. And I think it's just because I don't have a lot of like varied sizes of hoops. And so it's like right on the edge. So yeah, but yeah, that's.
No, we cut that. I cut it.
It's I know. Cut right I know. On the line. It is. It's cut right on the money. Hoop. I just need a smaller hoop. So those are my whips. That's all I have for March/April.
So speaking of the Feathered Friends birthday sal, watch it. That's going to drop.
Nope.
Yeah. Oh, we'll just switch to the pattern.
Oops. Sorry. Pictures.
You didn't see that.
No. No.
And this is how far I am.
I love it.
You can tell I finished the roses because that's Pippi. And I was like, I need that for Baldaquin Birdies. We need to finish Pippi. Like I have another skein of it on order, but I was like, I need that Pippi.
I need that other one.
So I quick finished that. It was like, and now you're on this ring. The same thing's going to happen to the yellow because this yellow there, like how that's what the name of the color is. That's the yellow that's going to get transferred to Baldaquin Birdies. I did order another skein of it, but yeah.
So, I like how you have changed the color palettes to match your other ones because
because this cup was supposed to be white, but first of all, you wouldn't see that on this fabric. No. I would have had to back stitch that cup.
Yeah. No, I really like how you made them all the same palette.
Yeah, because like the other ones had yellow in them. There was no yellow. I needed to add yellow. Mm-hmm. So that's why I made the cup yellow. I used the in Gorgeous instead of brown for that's the navy blue that is in the owl.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then so I haven't done it yet, but how I'm going to work in the light blue, you see there's the white stars on the pattern.
Are you going to make those light blue?
Those are going to be the light blue. Nice. That way I've carried the light blue through all of the patterns.
Yeah. So, I think that's going to be really pretty.
Because I'm just trying to make them cohesive, right? Because they're going to hang together. So I want them all to go together.
Yeah.
So that's my Gorgeous.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
It is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy with her. And because I am discovering I really don't like changing that often, but I do like having like set days. And I'm trying to cut back, but also that being said, I want to start all the things. It's a struggle. I did start, oh shoot, I should have taken this out of the hoop. Pardon me while I take this out of the hoop.
Why don't you show your other one and I can take this out of the hoop for you?
Okay, so I promised the museum stitcher that when I took this over, that I would be showing this so she could follow the progress. So, Bridget, here it is. Here's my progress. I have been on Mondays doing Mira Monday, doing At the Met. So this is what you're going to see. This is just a couple of Mondays in.
Is that the right way around?
Ah, you're seeing the back of my stitching, which will show you how, like, her stitching, she did the skirt, is really nice and clean. There's what I did. I'm a hot mess, people. I'm sorry. I'm trying so hard to keep it neat. And when I stitch with single strand, I do a really good job keeping it neat. But when I'm stitching with 2 strands, it's a lot harder. It's a lot harder. Okay. So here she is. Holding her. I got her back far enough that you get the whole thing in. Okay. So I didn't do any of this skirt, right? That's all Bridget. Where I started is right in here. So this sash, top part of the sash is me. All of the black here, so all of the bodice of her dress, that's me. So that is, I've done 3 days of stitching on it.
That's really, just 3 days.
That's Mondays. So on Mondays, I only get to stitch for a couple of hours because remember, I've worked all day. So I'm exhausted. I come home, feed my kids, and stitch for a couple hours and then go pass out. So that's just a couple of Mondays.
It's gorgeous.
I think 2 Mondays and a Tuesday because I didn't want to put it down.
I love this fabric. It's so rich looking, just really elegant.
I mean, she wasn't lying that it's a really tight weave, but I kind of like that. It kind of feels good when I pull the thread through. So I'm okay with that. And like it feels especially good when I'm doing it with the silk, but I'm digging it. And I'm digging working on scroll rods in the scroll frame. Has worked out really well. So I'm kind of thinking with my other Miras, as I start my other Miras for Mira May, that's going to happen. Oh boy. As much as I said I don't like changing patterns frequently,
you're going to be changing patterns.
I got a lot of Miras to start in May. This one's just going to always be Monday. So through Mira May, this will just always maintain
Mira May Monday.
And then I will just work on the other days of the week. I will work on my other Mirabilias, of which there will be many.
Okay. It has been removed from the hoop. So
I am in the middle of March. You can tell I have done January and February. I will get to April.
You still have time left.
My goal is to finish this one before the end of the month. But this is what that's supposed to look like. I like how my 3 colors have come out.
I really do like that you are using those 3, the trans pride colors. I think it works really well.
And I have a plan for the April one. So the April one, I don't know if you've seen it. I mean, I assume you probably all have because, I mean, it's awesomeness.
Technical issues. with markup.
Yeah. Markup is, there we go.
There we go.
Markup is being its markup self, where it thinks it knows how I want the image edited, but I don't. So that's what the April pattern will be.
Where does that go on here?
So I looked at it, and it actually goes down this side.
Oh, okay.
So it kind of squares it off.
Oh, so we're making like okay.
So I'm kind of excited about that. So it'll be like, sorry, can't show you because it's flipping. So my plan, because this person was Two-Spirit, so which means basically non-binary, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to use I don't want the blue or the pink to be dominant. So whereas on the other ones I have made the blue and the pink dominant colors, and the pastel variegated, that light pastel variegated, I have made that the accent color. I'm going to make that the dominant color for this one. And then I'm going to pick a couple of spots out of it to accent in the blue and the pink.
I like it.
So I'm kind of going to role reverse it there.
It's sort of, you do, you know, it's one of those things where there's not a set rule of what you need to do for this pattern aside from where it needs to be stitched. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I've seen a lot of different versions of this on the Instas, and I honestly really like your take on it with the trans pride colors.
Yeah, I've had a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun laying it out, and I can't see myself being happy stitching them individually. I really like that it makes one big sampler. I really enjoy that it's a spot sampler. So I would do more spot samplers. And I think that I like the turning a monochromatic into not a monochromatic is really fun, and I like it. And I think that's some of what I like about doing Baldaquin Birdies, is that it is,
you're doing that with your long dog too.
Yeah, it's charted that way, and then I get to have the fun of deciding what gets to be what color and why, and what makes sense, and how does that impact. Yeah, so I like it. I mean, I have worked on the long dog sampler too, but from last time I have not done enough that you would notice a difference. So I'm not gonna show it just because.
But I just like the way that you do that. Like, you're like, I don't, the pattern's monochromatic, but I'm gonna do what I want, because it's sort of a blank slate.
Yeah, I do kind of get a vision in my head, and I think that's where I get to, like, I get so excited to work on something, is that I get kind of a vision in my head of, oh, wouldn't that be beautiful if, and then I just got to do it. Like, I got to see that come to life. And I get so excited about finding all the right bits and pieces to get it together, which is kind of how I get in this mess of, I have way more whips than any person really needs to have in a given month. And I don't need or really enjoy switching patterns that often, but I kind of can't stop myself either, because I just get so like, oh, just get out of my way so I can work on the thing, which is kind of why I'm dropping Whip Go. Because I feel like I do a good job on my own of going back seasonally to touch my whips, because I do miss them. I don't forget about them. And I do like see, oh, so-and-so's got a stitch along and I have a whip that fits that. Let me pull that whip out for a couple of days. And I feel like I do a good enough job of that, that I don't feel like I need it. and it kind of impedes me from doing the plans that I want to do. Because like I've had ideas for what I want to do in this next year, that will help me like in theme. Like, yeah, I work on seasonal stuff, but we're kind of in this squishy area right now where that's kind of the fun of spring and summer, where like you have a little more ambiguity about theme. So like, yeah, I'm excited for Mira May, and that's when I'm really going to focus on Miras. But what about after that? What do you do in June, July, August?
I don't know.
Well, I know Lality Stitches does she does Sci-Fi July.
Are you gonna do?
I'm gonna do Sci-Fi Summer.
Ooh, the X-Files one. Oh, I'm so excited about that one.
I have this pattern that I've been meaning to start, and I have all the stuff for it that is like an ode to the X-Files. What does the fox say?
Because the fox says, Scully!
Now, nowhere in the chart is it charted, what does the fox say? No, I am adding that because I feel like that is so important to the fox screaming Scully in the pattern. Like, it has to happen. It has to happen. But then that also will get me back to some of my other whips, because like I have going, because I'm a nerd, right? Like I have other projects going that I want to get back to that are nerd centric.
Your cryptids?
My cryptids. Like I want to get back to my cryptids. And when I say my cryptids, I'm not talking about the Witchy Stitcher cryptid stitch along that people were doing. I am actually was doing the one by that there's a Patreon for in 2024. Oh shoot, what is her name? The Stitch Crypt. They've been starting to come out in her Etsy shop. I have all of them. I'm not going to stitch all of them, but I have a plan. And I want to get to that plan, which requires me to have some space to work on that. So I need to work on that one. And I have the Scary Sampler going, which has the Demigorgons in the border. Mm-hmm. I mean, hello, sci-fi.
Yeah.
And I really want to get that done and on my wall in my living room.
Well, that has so much sci-fi in it. Mm-hmm. It's got Doctor Who, it's got Star Wars, it's got Star Trek, it's got X-Files, right. It's got Stranger Things.
Right. So I want to pull out all those patterns that I have. I have a Skeletor pattern that has needed to be started. I have had this thing kitted up for freaking ever.
Yes.
And I haven't started it. I have had the whole kit ready to go.
Yeah.
It's Skeletor's time.
I'm very excited to see that one.
Skeletor's time.
Very excited to see that one.
So, yeah. So that has to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my big plans is I'm going to have Sci-Fi Summer. But also in the summer, I'm feeling a tiki corner coming on in my living room. And I have some tiki patterns.
Many tiki patterns. Oh! And she got a present. I'll be back again.
So here. I love 1950s and 60s vintage. And so I have a lot of tiki-esque things.
I found these glasses when I've had them for years, but we never had them out in the apartment because we had limited space in our kitchen, and now we have a bit more space, but we hadn't had these out, and so we got them out of the box, and I went, you know what? Cass needs these glasses.
These will go really nice with Leilani the hula dancer, which is a Mirabilia, so she will get worked on in Mirabilia May.
Drinking out of your hula girl. There's two of them. But they're exactly the same. But yeah, I saw those as we were unpacking. in the new house.
Yep. And I have a Hands Across the Sea parrot
that
will hang with her. But also I have the Ink Circles tiki that she gifted me, the tiki pattern, and I need to get that started. And I have fabric and floss for it, and I just need to get it started. I need to get my tiki patterns done because I want to put a shelf up.
Tuesday.
Ooh, that's a good idea. That could happen.
Look at me go.
Well,
Mirror Mondays and Tiki Tuesday and Artsy Housewife Wednesday.
I do want to be careful to leave some days that don't have a project assigned to them, because that's where I feel like WhipGo fails me, is that I feel too restrained and like I can't work on what I want to work on.
Yeah.
So I don't want to give it too many themes. So then if I feel like working on Baldaquin Birdies, I can work on Baldaquin Birdies and I don't have to feel guilty about it.
Yeah, I think my WhipGo, I'm not giving up on it, but March and April are just a hot mess. So I think I might just call it quits on those for that, and I'll start it up again in May. But I feel really bad because one of the projects that I had for April was going to be a start and finish, because I had my goal for WhipGo was 1,000 stitches and it's 970 some stitches, so it would have been a start and a finish. But who knows?
You didn't know when you started it that you were going to buy a house in March.
Yes. Yeah. That was not really on my bingo card for the year. But I can't help it. I love it. I have so much craft room. It's so exciting. Anyway.
You have stitchy spots set up.
I have, yes.
Nice.
Yes. If you guys have been seeing my Instagram, I've taken some pictures. Look at her. Sorry, my stitchy chair, and the cat is asleep in my chair, curled up in my sweatshirt, like buried her face in it.
Because it smells like mommy.
It does. It smells like mommy. And she's just weird that way. But yeah, so then Cass also has a stitchy chair here. And surprisingly, the other cat, Pee-wee, who has not been by to be on camera, he's been wandering through our feet for a little while. He's not nearly as social as Miss Boots. But he loves her chair, and he will lay in it and keep Boots from scratching on it. He's like, this is mine. And he will bop her in the nose.
I was worried that maybe I needed to buy like a cover for it to protect the fabric, because when I have a bigger place, you know, I like my chair. It was special to me because it was one of the first pieces of furniture that I bought for myself when I got divorced, when I like needed to buy basically a whole house worth of furniture because I had nothing. I was, you know, he was keeping everything. So
it is very pretty. It is very you. I love the color. I'm going to be sad to see it go.
My child picked it out when she was 6.
Yes.
She said, Mommy, you need to buy this chair.
And so you did.
And so I did.
Because even at 6, she knew. It's
one of the few pieces of furniture I own that is not vintage, because almost all my furniture,
it looks vintage though.
It does, which was kind of what sold me.
You guys can't even see it. I don't know why we're talking about it. It's right over here though. Maybe
we'll insert a clip of like the tour, like after we've cleaned up. We'll take a video tour and insert that at the end of our video. We could do that.
It's on my Instas. You guys can check it out there too. It's the not plaid chair in the thing. But is that all our whips and starts and things? And
that's it. So I do want to say in May it's going to be a little different. So I'm doing a pinup contest, which I talked about a little bit in the video I did with Babs, right? That I am so sorry that I don't know why the pictures I had so many problems because I'm an iPhone user and she is not. So our technologies did not work together. They did not play nice making a video. And it got so bad that I was like crying at one point going, that's it. I'm not posting a video. You post it. It's fine. It's gone. I can't do this. I do not have the technological knowledge for this. And her lesson, because like I don't have support at home to get me through this. Like
tech support.
I have no tech support.
Tech support. You have support.
I have support. My children were not home. Even if they were home, my son might have throttled me. So I have all the patience in the world to help him, but he has very little patience for me sometimes. He's a good kid. He's a really good kid, but yeah.
He helped me move, so he's a very good kid.
When I get into my neurotic headspace, I'm a little more difficult for my kids to deal with. So I had definitely hit like peak neurotic because I was sick. I was getting sick and I didn't know it. I didn't know that I was sick.
The perfect storm of Cass. And was happening.
I couldn't handle anymore. And bless him, her husband stepped in and was like, okay, I think you can do this and this might fix it. And it did kind of, except for the video quality was awful and I'm so sorry. So sorry.
It'll be better next time.
Yes. But next time, what you're going to see in May, so normally we would have posted again May, if we were following our 2-week schedule on May 3rd. I will be on stage in a pinup contest, and that's not happening. Because I'm going to be a neurotic hot mess getting ready for that, because that's a lot of stress.
So no May 3rd video.
Well, the May 3rd video is when I'm going to post our haul video.
Oh, yeah.
So we are going to record haul tonight.
Try to record haul tonight.
And that gives me 2 weeks to edit it.
It'll be lovely.
When I need a moment to not scream into the void when I'm trying to get ready for this contest. Because I have to do a talent for this contest. And I'm telling y'all, who invented pinup contests that have a talent section? Why can't I just get on stage and pose and be pretty like I used to?
Oh my.
Oh my.
It will take a whole other hour for us to get her off of this topic. So
No, I'm not going any further on it. But
breathe.
Yeah.
Breathe.
I'm stressed out about it. So I have that happening. So we're going to release the haul video that week, and then we'll be back 2 weeks after that. So.
And yeah, and we might alternate between, like, we'll do one at Cass's and one here and one Cass and one here.
Mm-hmm. I think it's just going to depend on what we've got going on.
Yeah.
From week to week.
Yeah.
Like what works best for our lives and our schedules.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's everything for this one. So welcome everyone to my humble abode. You got to meet one of the cats. It's very exciting. We showed you all of our stuff, and hopefully in May I will be back on track with my stitching life. So,
and thank you all the people who wished us happy birthday.
Yes.
I know Dances with Floss. We're Dances with Floss. Oh my God. Cassie Lee.
Did Dances with Floss make their subscriber goal?
No, we're at 86.
So close, you guys.
We are so close. No, Cross Stitch the Globe was what I meant to say. Cross Stitch the Globe shouted us out for our birthdays. Mm-hmm. So I want to make sure that I thank them for that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So we had a mention for that. So thank you. But please, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed yet,
do it.
Help get us to 100.
Do it.
Please. We're sitting at 86. We're so close. We were so close to making our goal. But we appreciate you.
We really appreciate those 86 subscribers, of which I think we're 2. But the other 84.
And apparently my kids.
Oh, the other 82. Boris doesn't know I have an Instagram, so he's not one of our subscribers.
That's funny.
I don't even know if he knows that I'm doing a Flosstube with you. Maybe. I don't remember. Anyway. Yeah. So yeah, so we did all our stuff. The cat is gonna be famous now. You got some fancy glasses. Yeah. So we're gonna call this one quits. So thanks everybody for watching, and we
Thanks.
will catch you on the flippy flip.
Flop.
Flippy flop. I don't even remember what I say anymore. All right. Peace out.